Hey, my name is Matt Zambrano, and the first question is, how has my background influenced how I read the New Testament? Growing up, my mom kind of raised us in a way that said, if you do this, this will happen. If you don't do this, this will happen. Kind of the cause and effect type thing. It's always been like that. She would always say, okay, you need to do this, and this is how you properly do something. And if you don't do this, you're going to get spanked or whatever the consequence may be. But there was always a clear, definitive, do this and this will happen. Don't do this and this won't happen, or this will happen kind of thing. So I think that kind of influences how I read the Bible and how I think. It kind of makes me tend to boil things down and lean towards, okay, if I do this, then this will happen, or this is what God wants me to do. This is how I properly serve God. If I don't do this, then I don't have to worry about this other kind of thing going on. So that kind of influenced how I read the New Testament, which kind of goes into the second question, which states, what themes, symbols, and or books do I appreciate the most? And it kind of goes in with the sense of, I like to boil things down, so I like Proverbs a lot. It's kind of simple and straightforward, and it kind of even says those similar kind of things. Do this, and this will happen. Don't do this, and this will happen. I also really appreciate, New Testament-wise, the book of James. James is kind of simpler like that, and it gives kind of a list of things to do, or what a Christian properly should do, what not to do, things like that. So, and my mind kind of tends to boil it down to simplicity anyway. So that kind of helps a lot. And the third thing, which aspects of the New Testament, such as topics or books, do I not pay as much attention to? I would say the books I probably don't pay as much attention to as I need to, is the narratives. And that's because how my brain likes to boil things down. I don't pay as much attention to detail as I should. And that's kind of a struggle I have, because a lot of times the detail can bring out a whole new meaning in the text, a whole new beauty. And me trying to boil things down, it kind of doesn't help that. So that's something I've been challenged to work on as well. And I'm looking forward to this class to help me with seeking out the context and the beauty behind that. The beauty that's maybe not straight up, do this, don't do this, but what's in between the lines of the passage and what's really going on with the culture of the church, with Jesus and his ministry, or whatever the context may be, Paul writing letters. The background of that oftentimes can add a whole new meaning, a whole deeper meaning to what's really going on. So, my background kind of was a straight up to do and not to do list. And that's kind of where I focus. And, oftentimes I need to focus more on the details in the narrative books. And that's kind of what my background has influenced how I read the Bible.